Welcome to day 50 of our countdown to the start of Ramadan by learning daily Muslim inclusion tips so you and your organization can have your most inclusive Ramadan yet. Today I want to focus on how organizations can navigate the kind of sticky gray area of not being able to ask people statistically collect data as a part of your organization on religious identity, and also people, not all Muslims, wearing a piece of fabric on their head that shows that they're Muslim. So if you don't know who is Muslim, who is not Muslim, and of the Muslims that are in your organization, if they are fasting, when they're fasting, because as we've discussed already, and I will continue to discuss later on in the series, additional reasons. Many people have valid reasons Islamically to not be fasting, even if they are Muslim, whether they're practicing or not, all the different variables and things that could be going on, which is part of people's private lives. So what can your organization actually do to navigate all of this without stepping over any lines? And the answer is really tied to, again, why I'm doing this so far in advance. Now we're on day 50 before the start of Ramadan, is that your organization needs to be putting out clear communications, whether you have a hub like on Slack or on Microsoft Teams or something where your staff congregate virtually or in person. If you have like a bulletin board in your physical building, depending on whether you are working virtually or in person, and communicating to the Muslims that are in your organization, whether you know that they are Muslim or not, saying that, hey, we know that Ramadan is coming up. We want to make sure that we are inclusive and giving any accommodations that you may need. Please go to your manager, again, privately. They don't have to identify themselves if they don't wish to. Go to your manager, and these are the accommodations that we are more than happy to give to our Muslim employees, given the fact that Ramadan is coming up. And also, ideally, leaving room open for people to request accommodations that you haven't quite thought of, because again, Muslims are not a monolith. Muslims are very different from each other. We are culturally different. We are intrinsically just different as human beings, and you're not going to think of every possible accommodation that anyone wants. And some people will absolutely want a certain accommodation and some people will not. So leaving the door open for people to come and self-identify what their needs are and that they are going to be participating in Ramadan.